Hey guys, welcome to another math lesson with HK Math and Science. This video will be about factorizing trinomials. And by the end of this lesson, we should all know that trinomials can be factorized that are in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, be able to identify a, b, and c in a trinomial, and finally be able to factorize trinomials. Let's just pause the video here and take a couple of minutes to write these down. So before we get started, please make sure you watch that other YouTube video that's linked on Compass. That will be important to clear up some information for this topic. So after you've watched that video, you should know about the cross method. And in that method, we need to write down the different factors of these values here, of this one and that one. Alright, so let's have a go at doing that. The different factors for 2x squared, one possibility is 2x and x, and 3 and 1. If we multiply 2x by x, that gives us 2x squared, and if we multiply 3 by 1, that gives us 3. And now we're going to use the cross method here. Just draw two crosses here, or one cross. And we're going to multiply 2x by 1, that gives me 2x, and 3 by x, that gives me 3x. However, if we add 2x and 3x, that gives us 5x, and that doesn't quite give us 7x, so that won't be what our answer is. Let's have a go at switching these around now. This is a bit of guess and checking. I'm going to try and switch the 3 and 1. So the 1 is now on top, and the 3 is at the bottom. In this case, we're going to multiply across again. That's 2 times 3. That gives me 6x plus 1x or x, and that does give me 7x. So our answer does use these values here. So now that we've got our values, remember we only use the cross method to multiply each other. Our answer will be using that pair, and that pair goes horizontally. So our answer here will be 2x plus 1 and x plus 3. Alright, have a go at this next one by yourself and just unpause it when you're ready to go through it with me. If you're not quite sure, you can just watch this explanation as well. Alright, so let's start off by writing the different factors of 3x squared and 6. We have 3x and x, and we could do 6 and 1. If we use the cross method here, that gives me 3x plus 6x, which is 9x, so that's not quite right. I'm going to try to flip these around. Let's try 1 and 6 here. That gives me 18x plus x, which gives me 19x. That's not quite 11x as well. So we're going to try a different pair of factors here. Now let's try 3 and 2. I'll try to put 3 at the top and 2 at the bottom. 3x times 2 gives me 6x. 6x plus 3x gives me 9x, so that's not quite right. Let's try flip it around again. 2 up the top and 3 at the bottom. That gives me 9x plus 2x, and that does give me 11x. So these will be our terms involved in the answer here. This may seem like a long process, but don't worry, over time you'll kind of get an idea of what factors we will be using. So in the future, straight away, you should be able to tell that we'll be using 3 and 2. You just might have to flip them once. Alright, so we found out which pair of terms are used in the answer. And remember, we just write them together horizontally. So our answer will be 3x plus 2 and x plus 3. Give yourself a tick if you got that correct. Alright, now let's have a go at these ones as well. We have 10x squared plus 9x minus 9. Let's write down the different factors. I'm going to try 5x and 2x. And let's try 3 and 3 here. If we multiply 5x and 2x, that gives me 10x squared. And multiplying 3 times 3, that doesn't quite give me, so I need a negative somewhere. I'm going to try to put the negative up the top. And let's use the cross method here. That gives me 15 minus 6x. So it'll be 15x minus 6x. And that in fact does give me 9x here. So these will be the terms involved here. So for you, it might have taken a bit longer. Different factors you could have used for that are 10x and x, or negative 9 and 1. But you would have realized after you try the cross method, these ones actually will not work. And it is in fact 5x, 2x, and negative 3, 3. Alright, so we know the terms that go in the answer. So remember, we just write it horizontally again. This one would be 5x minus 3 because there's a negative sign there. And 2x plus 3. Alright, now let's have a go at the next one. We have 6x squared minus 17x plus 12. Let's try 6x and x, and 12 and 1. And you should know straight away this one will not work, because 6x times 12 gives us 72x, and there's no way 72 is going to become 17. So let's try a different one here. We try a different pair. Let's try 3x, 2x, and let's try 6 and 2 here. Just a hint here, guys, if we have a negative here and a positive there, that means these two will always be two negatives. However, you'll know that if we multiply these using the cross method, that'll be negative 6 it'll be negative 6x minus 12x, and that won't quite give you negative 17x. That'll be negative 18x, so we're not quite there yet. I'm going to try change these factors here. Let's try 3 and 4 this time. So 3 and 4, make sure they're both negative though. Using the cross method, that gives me negative 12x minus 6x. That gives me negative 18x, so that's not quite it. I'm going to try flip them around. So we have negative 4 at the top and negative 3 at the bottom. That gives me negative 9x minus 8x, and that here gives us negative 17x. So we've finally got into our answer there. These will be our terms for the answer. So our answer here would be 3x minus 4 and 2x minus 3. Alright, now it's your turn. Pause the video here, have a go at these by yourself, and just unpause it when you're ready to go through them with me. Alright, this first one, let's have a go with 2x, multiply those two, that gives me 4x squared, and let's try here negative 5 and 3. Negative 5 times 3 gives me negative 15. So use the cross method here. We have 6x and negative 10x. 6x minus 10 gives me negative 4x. That's gives me negative 4x here. So that's not quite it. I'm going to try flip them around. I'm going to try flip the negatives around. Sorry, that's all I need to do. So I'll try and make the 3 a negative. So that gives me negative 6x plus 10x, and that here does give me 4x. So these will be the terms for this quadratic trinomial here. So for question A, our answer will be 2x plus 5 and 2x minus 3. In a test, if you're ever unsure about the answer, you can go ahead and expand it just to double check, because remember, factorizing is the opposite of expanding, so just do one of these here. And if we do that, 2x times 2x gives me 4x squared. 2x times negative 3 equals minus 6x. 5 times 2x gives me 10x. And 5 times negative 3 gives me negative 15. And if you work that out, that gives me 4x squared plus 4x minus 15. We got back to the answer, so that means that this answer would in fact be correct there. Alright, next one, let's try 4x, 2x, and 3 and 3 here. Also remember, this one is negative and that's positive, so that means this side will be both negatives there. Let's have a go at this. 4x times negative 3 gives me negative 12, and 2x times negative 3 gives me negative 6, so it'll be 12x minus 6x, and that does give me negative 18x there, so this will be our answer. Answer here will be 4x minus 3, 2x minus 3. Give yourself a tick if you got that correct. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully by now you guys have a better understanding of what trinomials are, how to identify A, B, and C in a trinomial, and can factorize trinomials. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all back online.